Hi there, this is Joanne from TrueAuthenticPower.com from Tapping.me, and I'm also the creator of the program Catapulting to Confidence. I wanted to do a post, and maybe we'll do some tapping in this one, about denying feelings can actually bite you eventually. Now, what am I talking about? When we are born with a full range of emotions, everything and anything, including wildly happy and wildly miserable. And we learn through the ages and stages, through the growing up that we all do, that these emotions are not okay. Don't go there with these emotions. Sometimes we're afraid to go near emotions. Sometimes we're taught you're not supposed to feel this. You're not supposed to feel that. You're not supposed to go near this. You're not supposed to go near that. And if it's so overwhelming, sometimes we're scared to death to go near some of those feelings, thinking we might never recover. That happens a lot with grief. That happens a lot with some kind of devastation trauma. But there is a way through EFT that you can allow those emotions, work through them, and actually heal from them. I've seen it a lot. I've seen it a lot with even those emotions that felt so unbearable you can't go near them. I was one of those people in those emotions. There are ways to be able to sneak up, to go around the bend a little bit, to say, I'm just too scared to go there. It gives such permission to what's going on inside without having to bury or run the other way. I've seen so many instances. My office has been filled with people who have buried their emotions. That's why they're coming to me, because things are so out of control, from shoving down, don't feel, look the other way, maybe being told that's not okay. There are situations that prompt those kind of feelings, that we should be allowed to feel those things. Why were we born with a range of emotions anyway then? I mean, what's the point of that? It's not to stuff them down and pretend they don't exist. It's to work through them in a safe way. Now, sometimes people, when they talk about rage or anger or, feeling revengeful thoughts or feelings, they're so scared of those feelings and how they can work through them that they just shove them under. Being a good person shouldn't feel this way. I shouldn't be that way. It's wrong to feel that way. I don't like feeling that way. And flip to the coin of grief. Sometimes a loss is so devastatingly painful, or there are so many circumstances around a loss. And I'm not talking just when somebody dies. I'm talking any kind of loss that can shock you or devastate you or catch you off guard that you didn't see coming. And the shock value or the trauma value is so deeply entrenched now in your energy that the memory of going there or the thought of going near any of those emotions, pick a devastating emotion and you tell me, would you really want to go back there? In your logical mind, it says, no, not just no, but hell no. I don't want to go anywhere near that. I was in those shoes and I totally understand how that feels. A lot of the processing that I did on some devastating emotional impacts, I could not do alone, and I did not want to do alone. I couldn't even go near the topic or the subject or the memory by myself. I wanted to stress that because I have been in the shoes and I know what it feels and looks like in other people. There have been so many instances where people have shut themselves down because they've learned to be shut down. And one of the things I heard in a recent group that really grabbed me in a good way was, you kind of have to be brave to go near your emotions. And when you don't feel that way, then what do? How do you handle those things that feel out of control for you? What if you're unable to do that, though? There are ways that you can go through things. A lot of times people will say, I'll never get over this, or I can't go near it, or please don't make me go near that. And I always tell people that I work with, as long as you give me feedback on what you're feeling along the way, we can take things down in increments so that you don't feel like terrified to go near something. You don't feel just horrific feelings of fear and anxiety that, please don't make me remember this. Please don't make me go near that. Who wants to relive it when you've already lived it once, right? It was horrible the first time. You don't want to go near it again. If it makes you feel horrible, you don't want to keep feeling that. But that's exactly my point. Emotions get buried underneath. They get festering and exacerbated when the next trigger hits you that feels similarly. And we wonder why we're so out of control when the next trigger happens that reminds you of the same thing that you're trying to avoid. You'll keep getting those triggers every time something happens, and sometimes they'll come out of the blue that you won't see them coming, and it'll shock you all over again to say, what the heck? How the heck does this, that was so long ago, how does this keep happening? So I wanted to do a tapping on being afraid or being taught to deny your feelings, because people taught us to do what they thought was best. You know, buck up, go on, you're strong, you'll get through it. All those kind of encouraging things really don't allow the space, though, to work through the emotions. And that can be really detrimental. A lot of illnesses can happen as a result of shoving feelings under. A lot of replays and triggering kind of episodes can happen when we shove things under. And I think when things are so difficult, we just assume there's no way out of it. I'll never get over it. It's so intense, whatever it may be. Anger, rage, frustration, hatred, grief, loss, sadness, sorrow. Pick an emotion that feels horrible. And, really, nobody wants to go back there. But what if you could and move it out? And that's what this tapping is about today. So I'm going to do just kind of a little bit of a door opening. I'm not going to go into any memories. I'm not going to ask you to go into any memories, but just the resistance of how scared you are to even feel or go near them can actually give kind of, okay, maybe there is some hope. So you are entitled to all your emotions. I will just say that you are also responsible if you're going to do this tapping, that things can get stirred up with this. It's my hope that it will make you feel better. I'm not there with you, and only you know what you can handle. So this is kind of a tiptoe into what you might not want to deal with, what you might not want to feel, but ultimately you're responsible for your own feelings and emotions. I'm not opening anything up that's not already there. I'm not causing anything to surface that's not already kind of crying out. But you need to have your own support system, and if you need help, please seek out professional help. I am not a professional in this arena, only as far as energy. So let's just do some tapping and see if just a little bit of soothing can come your way just by saying, I've been avoiding even saying I don't want to go there. Okay? So again, you're responsible for your own feelings. Keep that in mind. Take a deep breath. And you might even be feeling some resistance or fear in your body. Pay attention to where that is so that you can kind of honor it as we go through this. Take another deep breath. And let's just start tapping on the karate chop. I'm assuming you know how to tap already. If you don't, you can go to my intro to tapping /anxiety video to see where the points are. And let's start tapping. Even though I'm nervous, even beginning this tapping. And what if that's okay too? I love, honor, and accept myself for all my feelings. Even though there's a part of me that wants to heal from all this. And there's another part that says, don't go there. Don't go near those feelings. Don't go near those memories. And my body might be in full tension mode right this second. And that's okay too. Even though I'm too scared or too uncomfortable to think about those feelings that are uncomfortable, to feel those feelings that are uncomfortable, to remember those feelings that are uncomfortable. And because I'm rejecting and resisting, my body is probably in full tension mode. And of course it would be. I'm trying to protect myself, to block those feelings I don't want to feel, to try to move on and forget. And all of that is okay. And I love, honor, and accept all sides of me. Even though I don't want to go near any of those feelings. The thoughts scare me. The feelings may be paralyzing to me. And my body might be in full resistance too. And what if that's all okay? Because what I'm afraid of is just feeling too big. And that's understandable too. I want to love, honor, and respect my boundaries. And I wonder if there's a way I can feel safe. Just exploring a little bit so I can at least feel some relief. Eyebrow. I don't want to go near those feelings. Side of the eye. Or what caused them. Under the eye, it's just too much. Under the nose. And what if I've been really intelligent, chin, and protective of myself? Collarbone, by refusing to go anywhere near those feelings. Under the arm. What if that's been my protective mechanism? Wrist, and what if that's been okay? Top of the head, unless or until I'm ready. Eyebrow, feeling like anything could help. Side of the eye, I'm not going near those feelings. Under the eye, the feelings are too intense. Under the nose, so I may be trying to outrun them. Chin, flip them to the good side. Collarbone, ignore them. Under the arm, shove them out of my memory banks. Wrist, and if that's working for now, good for me. Top of the head, but if it's not working, eyebrow, and I'd like to heal these wounds. Side of the eye, this discomfort. Under the eye, what if there is a way? Under the nose, what if there is a way to heal these wounds? Chin, that I never knew existed. Collarbone, I'm not going near that stuff. Under the arm, and I have the final say-so. Wrist, and only I know when or if I'm ready to process any feelings. Top of the head, nobody else can tell me when it's time. Eyebrow, but everybody has an opinion. Side of the eye, but they're not in my shoes and makeup. Under the eye, they're not built the same way I am. Under the nose, with the same experiences and chemistry. Chin, so while they may give advice. Collarbone, unless or until I'm ready. Under the arm, I'm not going near those feelings. Wrist, I may even be feeling shame for feeling what I'm feeling. Top of the head, but if I was born with a range of emotions. Eyebrow, then who taught me to shut them down? Side of the eye, that they aren't right. Under the eye, or I should get over something. Under the nose, then why was I born with this range of feelings? Chin, maybe there is something to contemplate here. Collarbone, maybe I was told one way is right. Under the arm, but it might not be right for me. Wrist, and including this tapping. Top of the head, if it doesn't feel right and I'm not ready. Eyebrow, that's okay too. Side of the eye, but what if? Under the eye, just by saying I'm afraid. Under the nose, afraid of my feelings. Chin, made to feel wrong about my feelings. Collarbone, what if that alone could bring comfort? Under the arm, what if my feelings aren't wrong? Wrist, this isn't about taking it out on anyone else. Top of the head, blaming anyone else. Eyebrow, this is about me and what I'm feeling. Side of the eye, and you can't possibly know that. Under the eye, I may be afraid of what I'm feeling. Under the nose, I might be frightened and scared of what I'm feeling. Chin, I might be judging or shamed about what I'm feeling. Collarbone, full of embarrassment about what I'm feeling. Under the arm, or thinking what I'm feeling will never end or change. Wrist, but what if it could? Top of the head, but what if it doesn't? Eyebrow, but what if it could? Side of the eye, maybe I could dissolve some of this tension. Under the eye, wherever it's holding in my body. Under the nose, wherever it's holding in my mind or thoughts. Chin, what if exactly what I'm feeling is perfect? Collarbone, it may be uncomfortable, yet perfect. Under the arm, and maybe it's crying out to be released. Wrist, this is just getting me a little closer. Top of the head, to say even my fear or anxiety about this, stay on the top of the head, is okay for me. And I'd love to find relief. Now take a deep breath. Now you may need to go through this a number of times. What I see a lot in my office and in groups that I'm part of, in groups that I share how this can help, sometimes there's big resistance. And, if you're not ready or it doesn't feel right or you're not around the right people who will understand that you can be honest with, and maybe it's just too big for you to deal with yourself, whatever those feelings may be, that can be scary in itself. So, of course, we put up walls and blocks. And if you have at all heard, get over it, or you should be over it by now, or whatever, the fact that you're not says there's still something that has a grip on you in your mind, in your body, in your energy, in your belief system. It may make you afraid of your future. It may make you afraid of a continuing circumstance that triggers you. It may have you pulling in and hiding away from your true authentic power. And I mean that in the best possible way, not to shove and push through any feelings, but to give honor to them. And if they're too big, then get some help somehow. If it's not through me, then find some support group, find some way to heal through it. Find a counselor or a coach. I certainly have done tons of tapping with people on this exact topic, because when things are so big in our mind and we're so afraid of how we're feeling or that it's wrong or bad, it'll never ease. That's a scary feeling in itself. So why are you going to go any deeper? Heck no. You're not crazy. You're not stupid. Why would I want to go near there? There is a way to break things down, though. And it can bring comfort just to know that the feelings that you're feeling, how awful they may be, how many ways that you've been judged for them or told, no, get over it, or shut up, or be quiet about it, or they don't want to hear, they don't understand, whatever the feelings are around you. Yeah, that can influence you a lot too. And I just want to say that nobody can really tell you what to feel, how to feel, and how quickly to get past something. That's an individual journey, and it's up to you to figure it out when and if you're ready. And I hope this tapping will help in some way. If you know of someone else that can be helped by this kind of information, please share this with them. Again, I'm not here to cure, diagnose, or treat anything. I'm talking about just what your energy is doing. And maybe some of you even felt some relaxation in your body as we were going through this. I hope you did. I hope it brought some comfort. And maybe you need to do nothing. Maybe this is just all about your journey and what you need. I hope it helps. And until next time our paths cross, this is Joanne. Bye-bye for now.